Okay, waiting here, communicate with Delaware, getting some administrative things done. What I'm not going to allow to occur is paralysis analysis based off of administrative work. The city has safety policy with zoning that has to be adhered to ensure safety, parking, things of that nature. So we're going to be cross-checking that. We want them to be aware of all the workshops that we're going to be doing. So we're going to get that checked out as well. The building and the building inspection department and so forth with those guys. And get that checked out. Make sure all of that is good to go. But at the same time, we're going to still be out canvassing. We're going to have some stealth-like workshops, So it'll be, one-on-one sessions with some of the things that we'll be doing, so that it won't be, at a mass level where the city will be concerned, about safety reasons. So we just be canvassing, communicating the intentions. Hopefully some people can sign up for some packages, but we're not gonna even accept any funds until the day of the event. So we're just gonna communicate we can shoot some footage to present your business presentation, start working on that bio. We can start doing some recording if you an MC, get you in the studio, do some mixing. We can start doing all of those types of things, the photo shoots, incorporating, doing workshops, electrical on the workshop, skilled trades areas and those things. We can do that, but we're not gonna have a big crowd out as we're doing it. We're gonna ensure that we're managing the crowd until we get some of these admin things going. We're gonna still be out in the community petitioning to ensure that this is the will of the people. I know it is, with the brief man hours that's already been spent. It's been great reception. So we're solution based. The people quickly recognize that, and they want to make sure that you have all your T's crossed, I's dotted. I want to work, so we're going to have some time as well when we're canvassing and do some work on the Africa Times News, do some street level journalism, covering that, discussing how we're going to collaborate with all of the other journalist efforts that are being made by professionals and by people like myself who are just out here, but I think are invaluable in communicating the narrative of affirmations that need to be told, that's giving some critical thinking analysis of what's being told. A lot of the things, I don't want to dismiss it as being distractions that's happening in the media, but you definitely have to have a way of interpreting it, so that you're not drained. You're not going to always be in a rosy state about the news. So, you have to be able to understand how you're going to rebound. How you're going to be Dennis Rodman in a situation and always rebound from, adversity. And so we're going to have that in the media. We're not going to be discouraged by it. I'm working, as I just said, as well, be going back and forth from some of the cross-connected facets of what we're working with the Black Forum, whether it be with me as an artist, some of the admin things that we're doing with the formation. We want transparency with all of that. I don't want to claim to be a professional in all these areas, but I definitely want to be open and upfront. I understand that some of these commitments that people will be making is going to be significant as far as investments and telling their story and their products. So, I want people to be comfortable with knowing that, I represent a standard and ethic that is not going to compromise their brand. And so, I'll get with some editing. I'm going to keep people up to date with it. I'm going to get out here again, starting up. We're about to post up. I'm going to edit this here upload with some dates. Some concrete dates when we're going to be out in the community. The forum dates we're going to have. We're going to shoot for probably late January, early February is looking like. Maybe I can get some of this registration done with the Secretary of State. Maybe if I can get some of that expedited and have that going fast, then maybe mid-January around Luther King holiday. That's what I would like to have. I would love to have something ready by Luther King. I'm going to be out canvassing so that if we are structured administratively with the zoning, and we communicated with all the police commanders and the aldermen, and everyone's on the same accord, if all of that's done, by, you know, it's going to be, the people are going to be familiar with it. We have the flyers, we have the brochures, we have canvas intent. I have the heat. You know, I'm going to set up I'm going to do a workshop, probably something. It's not going to be a big crowd, but something small. We'll definitely upload the post. And there's a lot of other uploads on the stove. I have some other ideas I'm going to implement with the wood stove as well. But we're going to start off with the bases, and we use that for some heating, and people can use that in the energy efficiency. We're going to have, you know, all of these are going to be segmented uploads where we're having these, you know, everything is compartmentalized correctly, so it's not, you know, a bunch of jumbledness. You know, we're going to have the energy efficiency discussion. We're going to have the justice reform discussion. You know, we're going to have our discussion as artists, as MCs, and doing it with the music or the documentary. So, you know, we're going to make sure we're continuously segmenting things the way they need to be and putting the right leadership in charge of it. So if these are interests that you have, definitely come and take a hold of it and grow with it from scratch. Or if you're already established, we're gonna have ways in which we can promote what you've already established, your body of work, and how we can complement that with up and comers, with people who apprentice in a lot of areas. Definitely, this is about building relationships. The pastor who I was listening to, the brother Job Bread on my Facebook, was talking about the easy kingdom. And, you know, it's an easy kingdom to avoid each other because of our differences. But I'm gonna focus on it. I had this as a goal a while ago, but I think I've reached a culmination where I have the tools and the resources to place, you know, that consolidation together, where we're collectively doing our things together, and how to incentivize one another with affirmations, and help people with their body of work, help people with their message, help people with their product, get it out there. This is what the Black Forum is going to allow us to do. And I don't even have to talk about myself as an MC, because I know with the Black Forum and our collective will together, you know, all of our individual aspirations will be possible. So keep tuned. Another thing that I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna focus on with my budget, the start off budget. I'm gonna have transparency with that and showing how people they can grow with that. I'm not gonna do too much on the social media. You know, I do these uploads so that people can have a timeline, but I'm gonna focus on the petitioning, flyers, brochures, and things like that in the streets. And I think that's more effective, especially starting off. So if you're seeing this right now in its infancy, don't be discouraged about the likes and the shares and things of that nature. That's not of importance. You know, as you can see, these Facebook executives are coming about, you know, complaining about the type of influence they have. So they're not even proud, in a sense. You know, the pioneers of these entities are not even proud of the influence that they're having with the people. And you know, we have the Facebook executives saying out that, but it's gonna be shown in a whole lot of these other entities as well. So I'm not saying that to be negative about it. It's up to us, as I said. We need to be, as leaders, be able to think critically and communicate to people ways to think critical. And I think a lot of that is being done. We just need to structure the narrative in a way that you know, shows that collectiveness. I think it's apparent. I think it's there. The collectiveness is saying, you know, you have these terms. Not to go too many, but including some of the current politics with Jeff Sessions. I think he's backed off of it a little bit. Y'all know I'm a supporter of Trump. I think they've backed off a little bit of this this identity extremists or something like this, black identity extremists. Such a vague term, such a broad brush. I hope they don't unwisely taint the administration with such a witch hunt. You know, especially considering the stuff that you guys are dealing with the Russian collusion. The last thing that you should do out of hypocrisy is start some type of witch hunt chase of people who are about righteousness. You know, if anything, what it'll do probably is is create fake heroes who've been targeted. Alright, we need measurable results. If you ain't getting measurable results and you're getting targeted, you know, we're there for you. We don't want you to be targeted. But we don't want any distractions either. No distractions. And so with the news, we have to be able to think critically is how does this fit into the puzzle of self-determination of all people in humanity and preserving our earth. Alright? It's fears being played on, you know. So we don't want those types of things. I know I'm rambling. Holler back in the shot. At Free Black Forum, where we keep up with the information. Blackforumsolution.com. I'm going to be doing some work on that this week. And I'll be doing some work on that canvassing too. I'll be doing some work on the website. So that'll be some workshops that we'll be stealth workshopping with. You know, some individuals can come out, you know, and then, you know, the more individuals is a collective thing in that situation. You know, it might be a few here, a few there, but together we're keeping up with the information, and then we're going to set dates for the actual forum and actual workshops. I know we want to have it set up on a PAV type of situation. We want to communicate to the aldermen, the police, and the fire department and so forth. There's going to be a tent, so I'm pretty sure we're going to have to be able to set up. Maybe I can set up a mock venue situation and where they can view that and have that as a standard, and maybe the morning of each event, maybe an inspection or something like that. We'll see what they work out, because a part of the processing is an inspection of the venue. So if we're in a tent and we're portable, we'll see how they're going to work that process out. I know that the pastors have their tent set up, so there's precedent that we're going to be able to communicate about. And I feel sort of like a carpenter who's dealing with the foundation of the property. The foundation is there. We have a great team. We have the skills out there. We have an ability to know how to tap into the resources. And so, you know, I feel like a happy carpenter with the foundation set. And we're just going to continue to build on this foundation and continue to add leadership to the architecture. And I'm excited in the shot.